Hey, hope your day is going great. Mine's going okay. A little up and down, but you know. That's how life is sometimes. Anyway, thought I'd do another Bible reading today. Today's is going to be a little longer than the past ones. Instead of a few verses, I'm going to do an entire chapter. Not a whole book. Not yet, at least. A whole book would be a really long one. Well, for the majority of the books, but I thought I'd do a chapter today. I thought I'd do chapter 1 of book 1, so just Genesis 1, which contains verses 1 through 31 for chapter 1. So Genesis chapter 1, and the little subheading in this Bible says the beginning. Anyway, Genesis 1 through 31, and just Genesis 1, the whole chapter. Sorry for rambling. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was so. God called the vault sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place, and let the dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times and days and years. And let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 4th day. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the vault of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living thing with which the water teems, and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. And that was Genesis chapter 1, right here in the text. And I think I'll add a little picture, like a picture in a picture down on one of the corners with like a photo of the text, so you can kind of read along as I'm reading if you want. But yeah, that was Genesis 1, pretty much describing how the Lord created the universe and more specifically the earth. Pretty cool. Now it says 6 days in here, whether or not that was 6 days as we know it, or just 6 days just as a sense of time. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure somewhere in the Bible it says a day is like 1,000 years to the Lord, and like 1,000 years is like a day or something. So I don't know if maybe 6 days is 6 billion years in reality, but not that God isn't capable of creating the earth and universe and everything in it in the 6 days as we know it. If he wanted, he could probably do it all instantaneously, but so I'm not sure if the 6 days is literal in sense of 6 human-based days, like 6 24-hour days, but I think it's more of like a step-by-step process. On each day, he created a different aspect. But it could be literal, who knows, or it could be just like figurative or metaphorical, breaking it into 6 days. And then, of course, he rested on the 7th, as we know. So even God rested, which then, I guess, I'm not sure if it's coincidental or if that's purposely how our calendar ended up being formed. We have 7 days a week, just like God created the earth in 6 days and rested on the 7th. Just like the Sabbath was once a week. I'm not sure if that all tied into Genesis or not. I'd have to look into that history. But that was Genesis chapter 1, guys. God creating the earth and the heavens and all the plants and animals and people. Pretty cool. Anyway, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'm always open to discuss any of the readings. And of course, point out if I misquoted something, or I'm getting a point wrong in anything. Definitely open to hear your guys' interpretation. We're all here to discuss and help each other in our faith and our walk and our understanding of the Lord. Hope you have an amazing day. Remember, you're important. You are created by an amazing God who loves you dearly. Take care. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.